Howdy folks, hope you're well. Friday morning. Just got back from a 10-mile training toss for Zandy's young birds, and it eventually went well. One down, but she's always late, so 30 out of 31 back. But this morning it's been quite an exciting morning really. I've just received my benzing equipment. Now, I've known about benzing obviously for years. They used to make mechanical clocks, and over the last 18 months or so, since I've been involved with RPI and back into sport, I've been lucky enough to meet the benzing team at various places around the world, and I've been catching up with what they've been doing. And their benzing live system is second to none. Most of the big one-off racers around the world use it. You can see as your pigeon's coming in, they've got an app that means as your pigeon clocks in, it comes straight to your phone and shows what pigeon it is and when it's come in instantly. And for me, they're the most innovative company out there. Their technology is up there and it's second to none, and they're way ahead, in my opinion, of the competition. So what I thought I'd do is I would share the unboxing of the equipment that just literally arrived an hour or so ago. So my able assistant Zandy's going to do the camera, and I'm going to show you what we've got. So we've got the big box, and we've got all the goodies. So
connection. I think it's working now.
We've got two clocking systems and a club system. The first clocking system we've got is the Benzing Express G2. Now this is the one that they sell most of, and it's exceptional. So here is the Benzing G2. And this is the Benzing G2, comes with a handy loft clamp. That's your Benzing G2. Now the important thing is, with all of these clocks, they all work with the same system. So you could have this Benzing G2 and in 10 years time it's still going to work, because you can upgrade the software inside. It's still going to work with whatever Benzing develop in the future, which is why I love Benzing so much, because every clock you buy is future-proof. Whether it's the G2 or the M3 I'm going to show you in a minute, it's future-proof. A simple update will allow it to work with anything that they develop. And they've got some big stuff coming. I'm going to tell you about one of the new products they're launching next week. So that's the Benzing G2. This is my clock I'm going to be using when I'm racing. But the other good thing is as well, you can actually use two clocks together. So for instance, Zandy, who's racing this year, he could use this clock as well as the M3, and he can just import all the birds and use two clocks simultaneously. So there's the G2, and I think I'm right in saying that's the most popular clock by sales that Benzing do. You've got everything you need in there, you've got full instruction manual. So that's the G2. The next is the club system. So this is the part that the club needs to be able to race, where we just joined a couple of weeks ago, and Zandy's going to be racing in this year. And although it's only 2 weeks away from the first young bird race, well, for us it's 2 weeks away, it's 1 week away next weekend, but Zandy's racing in 2 weeks' time. He's kindly agreed to get the Benzing system up and running for Zandy to use. So this is the club system. Again, full instruction manual, all of the cables you need, and this is your
connecting again. It keeps going on and off. Yeah.
This is the system that the club will use. Are we on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
This is the system the club will use. Obviously, pass the ring over there. similar to other clocking systems, but the great thing with this is it's simple, it's easy. One beep on there shows that the pigeon's gone in. Obviously, you get all the pigeon details in, so that's used with all of the instructions and what have you. 1 second. And you get various registration cards right there. So the next is their new product. It's not launched yet. This is the Benzing Smart Hub. So let me give you an example. At the moment, if you're not using Benzing or the Smart Hub, and you have clocked your pigeons in, and then you take your clock to the clock. Any pigeons that have come in after, for instance, are not going to get clocked. They're not going to be on the clock. But with the Smart Hub, that's not an issue. All of the pigeons still coming in will be registered by the Smart Hub and sync that to the clock wherever you are. The other thing is this. With the club using the Smart Hub, you don't even need to go to the club. I was speaking to Thomas from Benzing, and he said that in Sweden, pretty much everybody has moved to Benzing because most clubs over there's only about 350 flyers over there, but most clubs over there are an hour or two away from individual flyers. So with the Smart Hub, you don't even need to go to the club. All you need to do is the club needs to have a Smart Hub, you need to have a Smart Hub, and that's it. All of the results from all of the individual flyers' clocks on the Benzing system will get synced automatically to the club. You don't even need to go and take your clock to the club in any way. This is the brand new Smart Hub, and it's launching next week, from what I know. And the thing is you've got extra antennas for cellular reception, GPS reception, and you've got a network port in here, so you can connect it up to the internet. You can sync it with everything. That's the new Smart Hub. So what we've got here is we've got two Smart Hubs, one for us and one for the club. So like I say, the most powerful innovator for one-off races or for individual club flyers is the Smart Hub. And the thing with it is, this opens up a world of opportunity now. This Smart Hub means so much down the line can be done, and this is the base for a lot of the new innovation that Benzing are doing in the coming year, 2-3 years plan. Because with this, like I said, if something is automatically wirelessly be able to be synced up, the sky's the limit with what can be done with this. So imagine not having to go back to the club with your clock, because it's all synced up to the clock, to the club system direct. Imagine taking your clock to the club. Obviously from the social element, you still want to go to the club and meet everybody, but any birds that have come in since you left the club are still going to be on your clock and on the Benzing system. So this is the Smart Hub that they're launching, like I said, next week. The most innovative thing out there. This equipment, nobody else is doing this, and Benzing are right at the forefront. And the other thing with this is you don't need a SIM card, you don't need anything like that. It will run on its own, and you can just hook it up yourself. So that's the Smart Hub we've got. Exciting stuff this is. We've got a 2-field G2 antenna to work with the G2. We've got Benzing finish line. You've seen them if you've been watching one-off races, the Benzing finish line, which Andy will be getting up today over his trap. And then we've got the Big Daddy 12-field pads. And these pads are they're amazing in their own. They're a piece of art, really. We'll get the thing open.
It's just here.
Second. So these are the Big Daddy pads, and we got a lot of pigeons trapping through that in one go. And we've got 2 of those as well. I'll show you what else we've got. You take that in. We've got the cables to hook the two pads up together, because essentially in the same buildings, Andy's got one loft, I'm going to have another loft. We've got the pads, the cables to connect the pads together. But remember what I said, if you're using, it doesn't matter what clock you're using, the G2, if you're using one of the old G1s, or the M1s, sorry, you can still use this technology because everything is upgradable. So it's just a simple software upgrade on the clock, and it can use all of this new functionality that Benzing are innovating and moving into the future with. I honestly believe they are at the forefront and revolutionising the racing pigeon court. Most one-loft races use Benzing, and there's a reason for that, because their systems are second to none, and they don't fail, and their support is superior. And that's why they've got the one-loft race market. What we've got here, we've got a loft holder for the new M3, which I'm going to be showing you in a minute. We've got another loft holder for the G2. And we've got the sync cable. We've got the rings. These are the rings. Let me get the Benzing rings out. These are the rings here. So they're those. They'll be going on the young birds really soon. Pretty nice looking colour. Benzing ETS rings there. We've got the Benzing pigeon. This looks like a bottle opener, but it's a lot more than a bottle opener. So here is a tester. So it's a field tester. So you can put that over the pad to make sure every part of the pad is working. Light up to show you that it's working, and depending on what colour the light is, shows you how well the signal strength on that is. Now I know for a fact that with the Smart Hub stuff that they've got coming, you'll be able to go onto exactly what pad is doing what, if everything's working okay, if something's not quite working okay, you'll be able to see exactly what the problem is from the app. But this again looks pretty simple, and you'll know that all of your pads are working, and it's a good bottle opener as well. We've got the Benzing Live. So this allows us to be on the Benzing Live and to have everything up there in the cloud on Benzing Live. And Benzing Live is, to me, the big revolution. There's no other system like Benzing Live. You may have seen the one-off races out there. They put all their trainings and obviously their final results. And what Benzing Live does is enables you to be able to take all of this and get it up there on the internet. So, for instance, like I took the birds training today. Once this is up and running, I'll be able to see if the birds have come back before I get back. I'll be able to see on my phone these birds have come back in at the time they came back in. And that's what Benzing Live does. Benzing Live gives you the ability to get it out there. You've got whole of all of the technology that's out there, from mobile phones to computers, to be able to see exactly what's going on. So that's what Benzing Live is. And then pedigrees live as well. So Benzing have their own pedigrees. Doesn't matter whether you're using a Mac, iPad, a tablet. The pedigree live system to get all of our pedigrees and all of our pigeon data in there. Now they've got something in addition that many people haven't heard about yet, and it's the IPF. Sorry, it's the every user of this pedigree live system has their own unique number, and this unique number can be used for a lot of things. So if you compete in a one-off race using Benzing, all of your data from your IP, your individual number, unique number, will be used for all of the one-off races you compete in. And with the pedigrees live, you can start putting your details in, and then basically there'll be a big database of pigeons. So if you've got a well-known pigeon in one of your bird's pedigrees, all of the historic details from that particular well-known pigeon will be populated into the pedigree. And it's a complete cloud system. You don't need to download software. and it's all up there. So that's the pedigrees live. Now, the last thing I want to show you is, to me, it's new. It's only been out about a year, but it's the daddy of ETS, and it's the Benzing M3. I saw this when they just put it out down in. To me, it's the daddy of ETS clocks, and I'm going to show you why. It's got lightning fast clocking for a start, 0.001 seconds precise timing. 0.001. You'll see why I think it's the best ETS clock out there. Look at that. Full tele. I haven't obviously fired it up yet, but I'll be doing demos of this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing demos of once Zandy's up and running, going to get the rings on the birds, and we're going to get this going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how fast this is. So as the birds are coming in, you'll be able to see the birds coming in, you'll be able to see them coming up on the clock instantly, and I'll be able to show you on the mobile phone the app logging them, and it's literally within a second the birds are coming onto the app, so you can see when your birds are coming in from training even if you're not there. This, to me, is miles ahead of any other ETS system out there and clock out there. It is beautiful to hold, great to look at. It's got a big colour screen on it, and what more can you say? It's stunning. This is going to be Zandy's clock. I'm using the G2. This is going to be Zandy's clock that he's going to be using when he's racing this year. So that's the M3, and like I said, way ahead of the curve. And with this, they're really moving technology forward. But like I said, I've said it before, but it's worth saying again. Any clock, whether it's the G2, whether it's the M3, they all work with all of the new systems that Benzing are doing. All you need is, even if you've got an older clock, all it needs is a software update to work on all of this new technology they're doing. And Benzing, as a company, obviously have been around forever, but they're right at that forefront. And like I said earlier, there's a reason so many one-off races, because it's far superior, in my opinion, and the technology out there, the ability to be able to show people that are participating in one on the web and being updated automatically without you having to keep refreshing. Benzing Live does all of that. So that's the boxing, the unboxing of it. You can see why we've both been excited to get this today. This is going to get installed this weekend. We're going to be putting the rings on the pigeons this weekend. And then what I'm hoping to do Monday, maybe Tuesday, is show you this working in a real world live environment with the pigeons coming back from training. If you've got any questions, let me know. Always happy to help and what have you, anything you need. But I honestly believe Benzing are way up there, way ahead of the curve when it comes to what they're doing, and I think it's going to be exciting to use this equipment because it's going to revolutionise. At the moment, Zandy has to manually mark down every pigeon that he's sending to training, any that have missed, all of that stuff, whereas this is going to change all of that. He literally sends them out and you can see exactly what pigeon is coming in at what time. And the other thing is there's other great things in there that I haven't gone into yet. It'll tell you your top 10 pigeons by performance, it'll tell you your ace pigeons by performance, and a lot more. Hope you've enjoyed watching it, hope you've enjoyed the unboxing of this being a pigeon technology based thing. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you very soon.